You're not gonna make it. No, you ain't gonna make it. You're not gonna make it, but you can. Welcome to You're Not Gonna Make It, the show where I discuss threats that may prevent you from making it. I'm Kevin. I'm sitting in the living room with my girlfriend because we're about to watch Idiocracy. I hadn't seen Idiocracy in 10 years or so I was excited to see it again. If you don't know, Idiocracy is a movie about a guy who gets sent to the future, only to realize that in the future, everyone is fucking stupid. I'm sure you've heard many people say, Idiocracy is not a movie, it's a documentary. Everyone's stupid now. Now, my girlfriend had never seen it before, so I really wanted her to check it out. Wanted to get her opinion on it. So we're watching it, and I'm noticing, wow, there are actually a lot of similarities to this future world and the current one. That's interesting. But I noticed something that catches my attention the most. There's a scene where one of the normal citizens, the idiots, is watching TV on a humongous screen. I'm talking 80 inches or so. But the TV show was just in one square in the middle because the rest of the screen, the perimeter of it, was filled with ads. And I say, that's not a fucking joke anymore. Advertisements are fucking insane these days. It used to be the case where you would see an ad on a billboard, maybe a bus stop, maybe on a bus itself, newspapers. Nowadays, you see them everywhere. Anything that's plugged in has an ad on it, pretty much. As our society got more and more digital, the ads became more and more annoying. Maybe some of you might be too young to know this, but we used to have pop-up ads. I think those are illegal now, or rather my ad block is pretty good, so I don't really see ads. I think pop-ups are illegal, but we used to have those and banners. There used to be these big, giant flashing banners saying, click here to win 500 or whatever. People would click that, get a virus, and have fun with that. Nowadays, while we don't have the pop-up ads anymore, we have the banner ads, we have the side ads, we have ads breaking up parts of the article. I'm talking, you read an article, 2 paragraphs in, big ad, two more paragraphs in, big ad. You watch YouTube every 8 minutes or so, I don't know, you get an ad. And the ads are getting really crazy these days. I have a friend who is playing this mobile game. It's like a crossword puzzle thing. And if they don't get the answers right in a certain set of conditions, then they fail. They have to watch an ad for a new life, a new attempt. And what's the ad? It's a very obnoxious, long ad where they say, hey, why don't you play this other game while you watch this ad? This ad is just a game. Why don't you play it? And they do this to distract you from the little thing in the corner where it says you can fast forward to skip the ad. These full screen mobile ads are cancerous. Actually, now that I think about it, those are the modern pop-up ads. So they didn't go away. They just changed form. That's cool. Good job adapting, bros. Not just there. At the movie theaters, the ads have gotten worse. We've always had trailers. And I used to like trailers until they started taking, what is it? I think I timed this once. It was 25 minutes the last time I went to AMC. 25 minutes of trailers before you go see your actual movie. And I remember it used to be 22 minutes, so they added another trailer since then. Maybe 2, I don't know. One of the worst ads, or one of the worst places for ads I've seen is at gas stations. If you don't have a car, lucky you. But if you do, and you've filled it up with gas, you'll remember every time you go there, there's a screen right above the nozzle station where there are ads with a speaker that's so blaringly loud and you can't turn off the volume, can't turn it off. No, you can't skip it. You can't do anything. That might be one of the worst ads. Gas station ads. They're horrific. And these digital ads sometimes even affect real life. I used to work at Yankee Stadium, and during the baseball games, because TV, baseball has to be televised. So it has to adhere to TV standards, not playing a game standards. So after every little thing that a player would do, you'd have to wait 2 minutes. Why? Commercial. And that was frustrating for me because I was security there. So after anyone did anything, whoop, commercial. So people had 2 minutes to get up and get shitty ass food, then come back down. They got to check their fucking tickets again. They get an attitude with me because they got up for the 15th time. And I should know their face by now. So these ads affect real life too. These TV ads. And going back to the mobile stuff, not just those pop-up game ads too, but the banners are just, you can't get rid of them. That's the thing for these apps. You don't pay to get the app. You just pay to remove the ads. You pay to not be annoyed. You don't pay for value. And the worst is when those ads are delayed. So you're going to press something at the bottom. Oops, the ad popped up. You pressed that. You went there. And that's not all. According to this, there are ads on manhole covers. I've never seen that before. There are apparently ads on doctor's office examining tables. I've never seen that shit. That sounds like a humongous conflict of interest depending on what the ad is. Social media probably has the worst ads because they pretend that they're not ads. Now, yeah, sometimes they are marked as sponsored. But sometimes they're just pretending to be a real person who likes something. I remember when I was way bigger into Reddit, I would notice a post that someone would say about a product that was a little too positive, or this is like the second time I've seen that mentioned in that day. So I just click their profile and I see the same fucking comment over and over. Oh, have you tried this service? It's really cool. It helped me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is literally an ad account. Why are they pretending to be a real person? That's fucking odd. But that's apparently how you do ads these days. You pretend it's not an ad. People think it's real. Then they buy it because a real person liked it. So that's insidious as fuck. And the worst part about all this advertising is that nowadays, that is the end goal for basically everything. We're talking about these social media services, every other service that's digital that you could possibly think of. They're taking your data so they can sell it to someone, probably social media, so they can serve you ads specific to you. Whenever you see the option on something to click, do not use my personal data to personalize ads, click that. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, but if I want it, what's the problem with it being advertised? I guess that's not a huge problem, but they do listen to you speak. They do know your history, your internet history, so they can take advantage of you emotionally. So if they hear you complaining about being fat, they'll take advantage of that. So instead of you coming to someone like me who's super cool and knowledgeable, they'll give you an ad for a waist trainer or some other shit that doesn't work. Because that company paid the platform more for that ad. I can't wait for the day where something like Neuralink, where you can connect to your brain and have that help with people who can't really control the rest of their body properly. I can't wait for that to be hooked up to ads so that way if you're at a restaurant or something and you're at the fountain, there's a Pepsi and a Coca-Cola. Well, Coca-Cola paid Neuralink a bit more this month, so they're going to guide your hand a little bit over there. Can you imagine that shit? I don't think it's that wild. Give it like 20 years. I think something like that might happen. But yeah, ads are wild. I totally understand businesses wanting to make you aware of this stuff, but the way that they do it does matter. And they're really smart about it. I remember back in high school, I had a teacher who was pretty knowledgeable about the psychology of ads, and he showed us an ad about alcohol. It was just this couple drinking wine, smiling, stuff like that. And he was like, what do you guys think? What do you guys think is the point of this ad? And everyone in the classroom or high schoolers were thinking, oh, that alcohol is good. You should drink it. And he's like, no. The point of the ad is saying, if you buy this, you will get laid. At the time, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But now I see. He knew what the fuck he was talking about. Ads are made by people who really understand psychology, really understand marketing. They have a specific person in mind and they pull heartstrings, they pull your brain strings to make you think a certain thing when the ad is done that will make you want to buy it. So in that example, that ad would probably be, if it were 20 years later, like now, it would be shown specifically to people who have shown to be lonely, who've searched up many dating apps on the App Store, stuff like that would be a prime avatar for that company to send that ad to. Hey, buy this alcohol, you'll get laid. And we know you want that because we have all your data. So a lot of them play with your insecurities. It'd be cool if they just gave you a benefit, talk to a person, say, hey, if you have issues with this and this, do this. Instead of saying, hey, you're going to fucking die and be miserable if you don't do this. There's a difference. There's a fine line there. But that shit ain't going away. Let me give you some numbers. In 2021, global advertising spending reached $560 billion. That's a lot. And you know what? Money well spent for them. A lot of people who complain, why the fuck do I keep seeing McDonald's, Coca-Cola ads? They're the big ones. Of course I know about them. You know why you fucking know about them? Because they keep pulling those fucking ads. Or rather, they keep pushing them in your face. Yes, you're sick of them because they keep putting those ads out there. And it doesn't matter if you're fucking sick of it or not. The point of an ad is awareness most of the time. Make you want to buy it, to make you aware of it. So next time you think of a product, even if you were annoyed with it, the one that you've been advertised the most about is the one you're going to think about. So you can get sick of Coca-Cola ads all you want. You're going to remember it. 74% of packaged foods in the US contain added sugars, often promoted in ads. And this is really fun when you look at cereals. They advertise with all these colors. Oh my God. Now, obviously, the actual cereal is not quite as colorful as that. But they advertise to the kids, look at this, you can eat a rainbow. Tricks are for kids. Lucky Charms, color, fake cereal, sugar, eat it. Beg your parents for it. Very cool. And this food advertising has an effect of increasing calorie consumption in children because the worst, most calorie dense foods are advertised to kids as being fun. Eat this fun sugar bomb, kiddos. You get diabetes before you reach puberty. 91% of people say ads are more intrusive now than 2 to 3 years ago. No shit. They're more intrusive now than they were 1 year ago. They have ads on fucking calculator apps these days. 42% of millennials use ad blockers online. That's actually higher than I would think, but lower than I'd want. Let me give you guys a big tip. Use better browsers and use browsers more often. This is how you mitigate the effects of ads. I use the Brave browser. This is not an ad. I just fucking love Brave. I use the Brave browser on my computer and on my phone. Now, what this does is block ads basically everywhere very well. I don't have YouTube Premium, but I go to YouTube on my computer. I never see an ad, ever. And for that reason, I don't have the YouTube app on my phone, partly because it's a big time waster. Secondly, if I just go to YouTube on the Brave mobile browser, I can avoid ads too. I don't see ads there either. And Brave lets you, this really does sound like an ad, but ironically enough, it's not though. It's not, I promise. Although, Brave, if you hear a Brave ad for me in the future, fuck off. Don't bring this up. If you watch YouTube on Brave, it lets you listen to stuff in the background. So if you want to watch a video, listen to it as a podcast or something. Watch it on Brave. Make sure the option to have background play is enabled, and you can do that. If you have the Brave browser on your phone, you literally don't need YouTube Premium. Unless you want YouTube Music, which, to be fair, is pretty cool. But I believe Firefox is another browser that has pretty decent ad block these days, but Brave is really good. Like when people complain about ads online, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Honestly, I go read an article. If you have ad block on, try turning it off or opening a new browser. Use Microsoft Edge because no one uses that. Go to a naked browser. Go to any news site and you'll see how many ads are there. Ads on the side, ads on the top, ads inside the article, affiliate links everywhere. Again, ads pretending to not be ads. Go to the same article, turn on ad block, go to Brave, whatever. It is so much more pleasant to read. Brave even has again, sounding like an ad, but Brave does have a speed reader option on there, which essentially, if it's an article, it turns the entire website into just plain text. So you can read it with nothing in the way. Brave should pay me for this shit. But that's my biggest tip. Use Brave whenever you can. For certain, if you love social medias and stuff, try getting the Brave mobile browser, going to social media on there, and try using it. You won't see any ads. And I tested this. I tried going on Instagram on the Brave mobile browser. No ads. Instagram, if you're not using the app, they block off like half the functionality. So it's not ideal. But if you want to avoid ads, that is the best way. Just use Brave. Or you can also use a DNS service to block a lot of ads. Next DNS is one. Control D is another one. That one's a little too complicated for me. I don't know why. But Next DNS is pretty good. Just go to their site, figure out how to set it up, and you can block those ads from ever even reaching your computer or your phone if you could figure it correctly. It'll make things a little faster too, because you won't have all those ads clogging your bandwidth. My second big recommendation is pay the fuck up. Yes, pay for pro, premium, whatever the fuck. If you can, I'd recommend it. Because sometimes there's just not a great way to remove the ads. So just pay for the shit. Just pay to get rid of the ads. Just do that sometimes. It can be worth it. I've had a friend who's like, why would I pay money when I can just watch the ads? Just 30 seconds or something. I'm saying, man, think about it from time. Time is money. You have to watch 30 seconds every few minutes. That's minutes, that's hours every month. I don't know how much you make in an hour, but if you just pay the amount of money that you make in an hour, usually less, you can avoid all that, get all that time back for that month. So if you're talking time being money, yeah, pay the fuck up. You'll save time. There's certain things I pay for that I am glad to, because I will never see a fucking ad, and it's awesome. For example, streaming music. Currently, I use Tidal because the sound quality is a bit better. But I used to have Spotify for a while, and you bet your ass I paid for Spotify Premium. I'm not listening to ads. I'm not wasting my fucking time with ads. If your time isn't that important, then that's fine. But I will always gladly pay if it saves me some time. And ads are some of the biggest time killers ever. So just pay for Premium, pay for Pro. Let's do it. Another tip is to mitigate the effects of ads is to just not be stupid, would be one. And what I mean by that is a lot of ads are very misleading. Some of these weird ads you get in your email in the form of phishing. Here's a pro tip. If an ad ever guarantees you free money, guarantees you women who want to have sex with you, guarantees you something else that's fucking impossible, or has shitty English in it, don't click it. Don't interact with that at all. Mentally blacklist that service from your mind. Just don't do it. Just have some common sense, and a lot of ads don't affect you. Again, I use Brave, so I don't see ads on YouTube or anything, but if I go to a friend's place on their smart TV or their computer and we pull up YouTube, and I see an ad, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Feels like I'm getting molested or something. It's ugh. Not only do I not want to see it, but the ad itself is ineffective because I see what they're trying to do and it doesn't apply to me. It's not good. I know it's not as effective as they think it is, this product or service. I'm like, no, stop. If an ad does pique your curiosity, research the hell out of it, but never go straight from an ad to buying something. You're falling right into the trap. And another tip to mitigate the effects of ads is to stop using so many of these services for so damn long, and you'll see fewer ads. If you're spending 7 hours or so on these services, yeah, you're going to see a lot of ads. Maybe get off. Last tip, this is more petty than effective, but if you have to watch an ad for whatever reason on your TV, just mute it. Just mute the commercial. If this seems interesting, you'll look it the hell up, but you don't need to hear it. God, I wish I could end this with an ad for fucking Brave just to make this funnier, but by the way, you can clip this shit. If I ever have ads on here in the future, which I hope happens, because fuck you, I want some money, I'm only going to choose or accept things that I actually use or think is cool. If a shitty mobile game comes up to me or something like that, I'm gonna say, oh, no, thank you. But if Brave or Perplexity or something was like, hey, you want to do it? I'm like, fuck yeah, I love that shit. Sure. But if it's something stupid that I wouldn't or haven't used, then I'm not doing that. That'd be ridiculous. Just saying this now for the future. Anyone wants to clip this shit, say, why do you have ads why do you have ads now? Because I use this or would use this shit, so get fucked. I think it's cool. Anyway, enough defensiveness. I hope you guys make it, and I'll see you next time.